What's up, boys? Remember how Microsoft bought Activision, or well, is going to buy Activision because the acquisition doesn't happen until 2023? But already PlayStation fanboys are very upset about it, obviously. And now they're particularly upset that Xbox owns Crash Bandicoot.
From all the mascots they could have chosen from Activision Blizzard, he chose Crash, a character still deeply associated with PlayStation, even if not owned anymore. Xbox executives sure love console war. This is cringe as fuck.
Yeah, you're right, your post was incredibly fucking cringe. Why do you care what profile picture an Xbox employee has? Like, who cares? Apparently, a lot of people cared. No wait, that didn't come out right. Apparently, a lot of pathetic people cared.
This is why I will never buy an Xbox. I don't want to be a part of the Xbox community. Why are Xbox people so cringe? Is it an American thing or is it a Microsoft thing? The deal's not even done yet. Like I said the other day, no class.
Okay, so first of all, what does that even mean? Is it a Microsoft or an American thing? Like, all Americans are just automatically cringe? I mean, Americans can be cringe at times, no offense. By the way, boys, I know most of the people watching my videos are American, but then again, like, all people everywhere can be cringe at times, so I don't really see why would it just be an American thing? I don't get it. And yeah, you know, the deal is not done yet. Activision is not bought by Xbox or by Microsoft yet, but they're going to be in the future. Like, it's 100% guaranteed that they're gonna be bought next year. So I don't really see why it matters if they use Crash Bandicoot in their profile pictures now or next year. Well, what would be the difference? Anyway, this shit has unfortunately been going on for like almost a day now, of people tweeting about how Crash Bandicoot is rooted into PlayStation's history and therefore Xbox employees can't use them in their profile pictures. And then when people rightfully point out that Crash Bandicoot, most of the Crash games have also been on Xbox, you get shit like this replying to them.
To those saying all games have been on Xbox, many got ported, yes. Still, whenever I think Crash, I see PlayStation, the OG titles on PlayStation 1 I grew up with. Them. Early days of 3D platforming, Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3, this is why it's rooted to PlayStation at its core.
Can I just first of all applaud this man on his sentence structure? It's flawless. It was definitely not giving me a stroke trying to read whatever the fuck he wrote down. I like how he also tries to use interpunction but horribly fails. It's cute, like a retarded 6-year-old trying to draw within the lines. You know he's really trying but he just can't quite get it. Listen here, mate, listen. To you, Crash Bandicoot is very much associated with PlayStation. I understand, you know, you grew up playing Crash Bandicoot on your PlayStation. Crash Bandicoot was basically like PlayStation's mascot character for the longest time when you were growing up. But nowadays, other kids are growing up. And these kids, most of them don't even fucking know who Crash Bandicoot is, let alone that he used to be a PlayStation mascot 30 fucking years ago in the 90s. In the same way that a lot of younger people nowadays wouldn't associate Banjo-Kazooie to Nintendo. A lot of younger people are not gonna associate Crash Bandicoot to PlayStation, because that's just, they didn't grow up with that. I mean, you know, they might know that Crash Bandicoot used to be a PlayStation mascot back in the 90s, but you think they care? They think that they care that you are nostalgic about Crash Bandicoot being on PS1 exclusively in the 90s? Like, honestly, you expect people nowadays who weren't around for that to say, nah, Crash Bandicoot should stay exclusive on PlayStation because that was what it was like 30 years ago. No. Why would they care? Nobody fucking cares. Who gives a fuck? Actually, here is someone who made almost the same point I did, and let's see how this guy responds to it, okay? So what? I grew up with Final Fantasy on Nintendo. Things change over time. Move on and stop whining.
I love how you guys see everything as crying or whining. I'm seriously just having a conversation and sharing thoughts. I can play any game I want. I have all platforms. Laughing crying emoji.
Okay, well at that point, what is the problem? You have all platforms, so no matter what happens, you can still play Crash Bandicoot. Is it such a big problem that you now can't play it on the PlayStation anymore? I mean, you said you have all platforms, so you probably have a PC or an Xbox at that point. Why not just play it on there? Why do you have to play it on a PlayStation? Why does it matter? Anyway, of course, after this guy gets very mad that someone has a profile picture of Crash Bandicoot and that Crash Bandicoot isn't on, PlayStation anymore, people of course start memeing him by also having a profile picture with Crash Bandicoot in it and making memes like this, to which this guy very maturely responds. And by mature, I mean very sad.
Looks like I started a trend, laughing crying emoji. Xbox now rocking the Greenberg profile picture but with their head instead. This is amazing. It makes it so much easier to spot them and block them. Hope the trend expands. These guys have zero creativity, exactly like the platform they champion.
Actually, I find this to be quite the creative way of trolling you. Not gonna lie, it's honestly clever in how simple it is. But yeah, no, this guy blocks people because they have Crash Bandicoot in their profile picture and make fun of him for being mad that they have Crash Bandicoot in their profile picture. So he blocks them, which is honestly fucking pathetic. I think blocking people on Twitter in general is kind of a very sad, pathetic thing to do. But if you have a good reason, like someone keeps spamming you, I might understand. But this is a very, cringe, shitty reason. Just like, oh no, people make fun of me, let me block them, Anyway, boys, there's not a lot more to this situation. Although, I'm sure there will be a lot more tweets coming in the next couple of hours. I really can't be bothered to wait for that long and then include those tweets in this video. So I'm just gonna end it here. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.